Opta's new numbers have landed like a cold wave over Camp Nou. Barcelona, despite a dramatic run to last season's semi-finals and a busy summer of reinforcements, are being pegged as outsiders for the Champions League with just an 8.4% chance of lifting the trophy. Those raw figures, 51. 3% to reach the quarterfinals, 29.5% to reach the semis again, 16.4% to reach the final, do more than quantify possibility. They reshape expectations. For a club that believes in trophies as destiny, being measured and found wanting by a model built on form, fixtures and probabilities is a psychological blow as much as a sporting one. This isn't clickbait. Opta's models are respected because they aggregate real inputs, past performance, squad depth, head-to-head probabilities, and they're telling us something uncomfortable. Barcelona's path is likely to be brutal, but numbers don't play matches. Players do, and that gap between cold prediction and living drama is where this story lives. Last season, Barcelona were among Europe's most imposing sides in the knockout rounds, eliminated in a narrow heartbreak against Inter. That run created expectations. This projection undercuts them. Why the swing? Part of it is structural. Big tournaments tilt to depth and consistency, and Opta's model may be punishing perceived gaps in Barca's roster compared with clubs rated higher, Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, and the relentless machine that is Manchester City. Another factor, knockout draws. The Champions League can boil down to a single unfavourable pairing or an untimely injury. A model accounts for those probabilities. It doesn't feel the roar of 100,000 fans or the momentum of a player finding form at the perfect moment. Then there's Hansi Flick. A manager's reputation can be amplified or eroded by analytics. Flick arrives with tactical clarity and a mandate to convert Barcelona's rich talent into a European winner. But optics matter. A headline that reads Opta says outsiders implicitly questions his plan. Is Flick finished? That's a charged, polarizing question, and the answer will depend on what happens next. Early group stage results, the health of key players, and whether his new signings can offer both tactical flexibility and the stamina required for 2 knockout legs against elite opposition. There are concrete ways Barca can disprove Opta. First, favourable momentum in the group stage will increase their knockout probability quickly. Confidence compounds. Second, a lucky draw in the last 16 can open a path that avoids multiple heavyweight collisions until later rounds. Third, star players rediscovering elite form at the right moment can swing 2-legged ties in ways no model perfectly predicts. But the flip side is real too. Analytic forecasts exist because over many simulated seasons, patterns repeat. Clubs with deeper benches and fewer glaring weak links simply outproduce inconsistent squads. Barcelona's summer window improved the squad, but Opta is treating that improvement as incremental, not transformational. For neutral observers, the story is fascinating because it pits human belief against statistical probability. Fans feel the narrative of momentum and history. Algorithms see risk and variance. This tension creates a season-long storyline that will fuel headlines, debates and viral clips, and it gives Barcelona a clear narrative to oppose. Flick can use the slight as motivation. Players can treat the prediction as a provocation. The coming weeks are pivotal. Opening fixtures, injury news, and early Champions League group results will either vindicate Opta's cool calculus or force the model to reckon with anomalies, moments of magic, managerial masterstrokes, and the unpredictable chemistry of a team hunting history. Either way, the conversation is already changing. How fans and pundits frame Barcelona's ambitions. Will this be the season where analytics were right and Barca's European dream stalls again? Or the year Hansi Flick engineers a data-defying run that silences skeptics? The odds are now public. The narrative is set. What remains uncertain and thrilling is how Barcelona will respond when the numbers hit the headlines and the entire footballing world watches to see whether pride, passion and tactical audacity can overturn the verdict delivered by a spreadsheet.